It's good to be the lead dog because the view's always changing, but I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to have the opportunity to introduce Sal. He's a phenomenal, I don't want to say kid, but to me he's a kid, one of my wrestlers, one of my coaches. Didn't know what to say. They said you got 5 minutes, so I'm going to try to make it as close to that as I can, but there's some comparisons, like, what do I say? Well, Sal and I were both wrestlers. We were both in the same weight class. When I was in second grade and Sal was in the senior, we were in the same weight class. Comparisons, we were coaches. I coached, I think, 23 years at Springstead, 0 state championships. Sal was there for 5 years, I think 6 years, 3 state championships. So he did an outstanding job at Springstead. As a wrestler, it was my son who kind of recruited him for me. My son worked with his grandmother and said, hey, there's a junior that might be interested in wrestling, and that was kind of the start of it. We got Sal in as a junior. Another comparison was, I got to go back a little bit, that we were both into, he was a great musician. He played a musical instrument, and he was a drummer, and I was able to play the radio. And but he started out as an outstanding drummer. I mean, outstanding. And so we got him into wrestling, and a good little athlete. But I never coached a kid who was such a big sponge. I mean, he just immersed into wrestling, unbelievable. It was everything I could give him, everything he could find to get better. You know, he'd watch videos, he'd get on the internet, he'd talk to other coaches. He was unbelievable. So the first day of practice, he knew nothing. And a month later, I was asking him questions. He got so totally into it that it was just so impressive. I mean, he would just like oh, who's the 160-pounder for, Penn State, and he'd come up with it. So he really got into the sport, and that's what makes him such a great wrestler. I mean, if he would have come out early, if we would have got him his freshman year, I don't know, he would have been a two-timer. But what he ended up with was he was a great wrestler for Springstead. Came back, we coached together for a couple years, and he came back to the band, and I don't know if you know this or not about Sal, but he was in charge of the percussion at Springstead, and Springstead was an okay band. Sal came in, and they were a state championship level. And he said, I remember him, like, Coach, come and watch me play one time. And it was a pep rally, and it was like the most impressive thing. I started getting into drum music after I seen him throw drumsticks out of the way and playing on other people's drums. But it was so much fun watching him. And I guess the last comparison, which we both had our houses burned down. And that's not a good comparison, but it's a comparison. But I just wanted to bring out about Sal. After my house burnt down, he called me up, Coach, what can I do? And he did do something. He had a fundraiser at Jesuit. They raised money for my family and sent it to me. And it was phenomenal. And I want to thank him for that because, I don't know, it was just, couldn't stop crying. And also, Billy Combs and his wife, I lost everything in the fire, and Billy got me my ring back and my jacket, and And I'm here back at the Hall of Fame, and it just feels so good to having the opportunity to introduce Sal, and what a monumental person he is in the world of wrestling, and how proud I am to have coached him and coached with him. And now I asked him how close he is to Brady. I guess he's only like 2 rings away, so you'll see that happen in the next couple of years. Am I on the timer right?
You're good.
No, they said there's like a trap door or something that you could. But again, I'm so privileged to have him be here, and I love Sal to death. I love his family. Taught with his wife, and we had a lot of good times. He taught me a lot of wrestling. I mean, he's just a good person. So, again, it's my privilege to be the first one up here to talk about Sal. Thank you.
Thank you so much.